Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of the Moto G8 Plus. So this retails for £149.99, and so this makes it an affordable phone. And I've not had like an affordable phone in a while. Well, that's brand new anyway. Well, because you could argue my last phone was affordable because it was second hand, but still, when it comes to like the tech and stuff inside. So let's get, so I'll start on with the display. So the display is a HD 2280 times 180 pixels with a 19.9 aspect ratio, so when I not to speak. So when it comes to the display, you can tell that it is on the lower end at times. So overall, the display is alright. When you start to notice them things which makes you think, okay, this is a low end screen, is when you're browsing the web and some photos will look grainy and won't look sharp, and that's when you see that it is like a low grade screen. But other than that, I don't have any other issues or anything like that. Another thing as well though to note is the colours aren't as vibrant either, but again, it's not something that just annoys me a lot. It's just noticeable that the colours aren't that vibrant. When it comes to viewing videos on here, it is fine. I will say though, it's one of those things where you do have to adjust the settings. So for example, if you have it at 360p, it looks obvious that it's at 360p, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes some videos, some phones or whatever you're watching, like, you can get away with watching it on 360 and it doesn't look grainy or anything like that. This phone, it does. So if you bump up it to, like, for example, like 2160p, then you know it looks great. So just keep that in mind. When it comes to sound, so the sound is a dual stereo speakers powered by Dolby, and they're really nice, and it's really nice clear sound, so I have no problems with the sound on these. Again, it's quite good sound for an affordable smartphone. So onto the camera. So first you've got the front facing camera. So the front facing camera is 25 megapixels. It's a decent camera for selfies and everything like that. It's also a front facing camera which you can zoom in, which I've not noticed that before with any other phone that I've had. Also, it has a beauty mode. I personally don't like the beauty mode, but you can adjust how you can adjust how much you want to smooth out your skin if you want to. I did try it, honestly. I don't like that. I don't like that mode, but some people may be into that mode. Also, it's got a manual mode as well. So saying that the camera's decent for selfies, it will suffer during like low light. Like, it doesn't even have to be extremely low light, like literally it has to be like bright lights, it'd be fine. So daylight, or somewhere where it's good lighting and stuff, but it does suffer quite obviously during low light. Now, it films at 180p. Again, it's alright for vlogs, but again, it does suffer in low light. So if you are vlogging till the night and you've not got like any good lighting anywhere, then it's gonna suffer, unfortunately. So for the main cameras, so you got triple cameras. So you got a 48 megapixel sensor with an f1.5 aperture and a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens, and a 5 megapixels depth sensor. So the camera performs really well in daylight, and as I said, it's same with the front facing camera in adequate lighting. Now during low light, it does suffer. You do see that sharpness disappear, you do see that noise. Now, saying that, you do have a night mode. Now, a night mode is hit and miss. Basically what a night mode is, you take a photo and it'll capture it, and it'll capture it dark, lower light than usual, and then it'll process it, and it's like it'll add the brightness up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on what colors you're sort of using in that photo, and then whereabouts you're taking the photo as well. So for me, I find that hit and miss. I mean, of course you also do have the flash on the phone as well, which I don't necessarily use as often. You've also got a selfie photo mirror mode. So what this does is basically, if you're taking a selfie in the mirror, as we all as everyone's done in the past, and say you're wearing a shirt with words in it or whatever, it'll make sure that the words are not backwards, so it'll swap it around so you can actually read what it says or whatever you've got shown in that photo. Another feature you can add is a watermark. The only issue with the watermark is that you're stuck with the Motorola logo, and it says as well where the phone that you used to take it, and then you can add your signature if you want, but again, you've got the Motorola logo and where the fact that you've taken it from the phone the make of the phone you've taken it from. So I mean, you're probably better off just doing that in post than you doing your own watermark instead of using that. Now this also has an action cam. So what an action cam is, basically it lets you film you saw me it lets you film photos this way, portrait mode, but it films it landscape, if that makes any sense. Basically the point of that is, so if you're obviously, so it can be whatever action you're doing, it's easier to hold the phone portrait than it is landscape. But as I said, overall, photos, they're right, they do struggle. So with normal filming, that was it actually, with normal filming you can film up to 4K, and again with the filming and the photos you will see some struggle in low light. So with this phone you can have a pin lock, a fingerprint and face recognition, which is quite quite good for a budget phone. I always use a pin. I've used fingerprint in the past with Samsung, but it's kind of, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I feel secure just using a pin. The fingerprint sensor is here, so it's actually the Motorola logo. So instead of just having it like just a plain sort of fingerprint, or having it, well, there's no button on there, but having it on the screen, they've decided to make it look a little bit more sort of blended in. They've made it into like the Motorola logo, which I think is pretty cool. Another thing you can do on here, you can set trusted location, so you can keep it unlocked, say if it's on your body, or also near trusted items as well. I'm not sure how that works. Or you can have it via location, so if you're happy, say you live on your own and you're just sick of unlocking it at home, then you can set it so you don't have to keep unlocking it at home. It just stays unlocked. This also has this also has an NFC reader. So what is this phone running on? So it's a Snapdragon 665 octa-core CPU, Adreno 610 GPU, and it runs on Android Pie. It has 64 gigabytes of storage with an option for a micro SD card up to 521 megabytes. So when it comes to performance on this phone, I do really like it. I've not noticed any sort of lag or any point where the phone is struggling or anything like that, which is a good thing, which can be a problem with budget smartphones. But I have noticed to avoid that, if you spend just over £100 on a smartphone, then you don't usually get them issues that you can get with a budget smartphone at a low price, where it sort of struggles to perform and everything like that. But this is really good. I really like the performance of this phone. I do definitely recommend that you give this a go if you are looking for a new smartphone. As I said, if you're somebody who's really interested in, like, your smartphone has to have a good camera, then and you're somebody who wants to take like photos and you're taking most of the photos like nighttime, I don't know, maybe fireworks and stuff like that, then maybe this is the phone not for you, just because, as I said, it does struggle in low light. But it doesn't even have to be completely dark. It's as soon as the sun starts to go down, it just starts to struggle. So maybe this phone is not for you. But if you're into a phone where, you know, the camera's all right, it's workable, you know, you want a phone that performs really well, but you've not got the money, then I do definitely recommend that you pick this one up. So that's it for this review. So bye guys.